Hi guys, welcome to my first YouTube video ever. I am super nervous about doing it, but I said I was going to challenge myself in 2018, and so one of the things I decided I was going to start with is something that I love. So I have a flip through of my 2017 December Daily album. I made 2 albums this year because I did all my work outside the pocket, so it turned out to be extra thick. So this is volume 1, and we're going to start here. So for my cover page, it's just a transparency that I stuck the Mary piece on. This is a transparency from Felicity Jane, and these are some cork numbers I had in my stash. This was my reason why page. I wrote a letter to Joy. And then I have a calendar that I didn't put anything on, but it's here. And then I made the 12 pocket 2x2 square filler page that everyone does. So that's side 2. This I lifted from Retro Hip Mama. I wanted to do some pre-December pages, and I didn't really know how to style it, and then I saw hers and I was like, oh, that's pretty cute, so I lifted that. For context, before I start, I took Allie's product play class, so a lot of these pages are going to look familiar because some of them I lifted or I translated is how she worded it, so I translated it from her setup, so some of these might look familiar. So I said I was going to start my album with a picture of my December daily box propped up against our apartment, and I did that. This is a transparency. I did a little bit of hand journaling. This year, I'm just going to keep flipping through. This is a picture of me shopping at Dollar Tree. This year, I chose to tell my stories in the form of writing a love letter every day. So my pre-December pages, I did a bunch of hand journaling, but when you see my December pages, I wrote letters. I love the look of the full 12x8 photo, so I took one of my desk as I was getting ready for December, and I thought that was pretty cool. Side story, my mom has had this ornament for about 15 years. It is an angel. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, so of course it went in the album. And then here I just made a little shaker pocket, and I did some journaling about the ornament. This is just a filler page. Here is a picture of Mom's Christmas tree this year, and then some filler cards. These are probably the only journaling cards I used because, again, since I did most of my pages outside the pocket, I didn't use a lot of page protectors. This is blank because I printed the photo, and then right when I was going to cut it up, I hated it. And so I have to find something to fill in here, but once I do, it's just going to go right here. And then this was a Feature Craft card that I loved, so I cut and put on this black, and I liked it. So here's day 1. This stamp is from Feature Craft. It's one of my favorites. And this year, Josh and I made an advent calendar, and so my day 1 gift was an Elf on the Shelf. And some of you might think I'm a little too old for Elf on the Shelf, but he does not. And so we named her Melody, and my day 1 story is a letter to Melody. For day 2, this is from the product play class. It was from Brandy's lesson on stars. So here we go. I have a star page with the advent gifts that Josh and I made. For day 3, Josh and I went to see Coco. So just a basic page with our movie tickets and some embellishments and a little bit of handwritten journaling. This was something that Laura Wansik did, and I loved, and so I kidnapped, and I did it. I did it twice, actually. This one is in a pocket. So these are the embellishments from the Feature Craft kit that Brandy Kincaid designed, and this is a cork piece. Here is just a tag. My journaling is on the back of the tag for day 4. Kelly did this, and I loved it. So I just took a piece of transparency, wrote a piece from A Christmas Carol that says where the love light gleams, and printed it over a picture of my Christmas tree. Day 5 is a letter to Coffee. I had taken my nursing entrance exam on this day, and so I thought I would do a letter to Coffee, and so that's how that worked out. This page I did before December. It was one of my foundation pages, probably the only one I actually used. Day 6 is really long, but I have a picture of a subway map. I live in New York City, so I have a picture of a subway map, and I circled all the stops I've lived at. This is just a piece of transparency. These are some really large gold letters I had in my stash from Target, and so I just spelled out home. And then for day 6, I kind of have a paper clip here. Day 6 folds out like that, and I just have to scoot this so you can see like that. It's all just views of home, and then closes back up like that, and my letters to home. Day 7 is a half page. I love this. It's just some cross stitching I did in the shape of a heart, and I'm obsessed. This is a heart strip Allie did in her products play class. And for day 7, my journaling is a letter to my one little word. It's kind of private, so I tucked it behind a photo of my lunch that day. Day 8, I just stuck some chipboard to the back of this heart page to figure out, trying to deal with that glare from the transparency. I guess we'll have to bear with it until I turn the page. But I stuck some chipboard to the back of this heart piece. This paper is from the Brandy Kincaid kit. This transparency is from Allie. And then here is my photo. I printed the photo, I want to say 5 by 8.25, so I can make a pocket for my journaling. And my journaling that day is to my home away from home. And you'll see I have another 12 by 8 photo here. It was a picture of the stockings at Joshua's parents' house. We went to Joshua's parents' house for the weekend, and so I took a picture of all the stockings hanging on the mantle, and then printed it 12 by 8. And the stars and the numbers correspond to the numbers on my journaling. It's just everyone's names on their stocking. Day 9 is also from the products play class. It's a layout that Ingun did, and I lifted it. I repeated the stamped circles and did journaling on the snow. It was terribly snowy when we were trying to get home from upstate, and I almost thought we weren't going to get back. It was terrible. Here's day 10. I did a square page and trimmed it, and it was about my crafternoon. I had the day off, and so I sat home and crafted and made a terrible mess, and then had to clean it all back up. Here's a transparency with my number, and then these stamps are from Kelly Perky. They're the Maker's stamp. I forget exactly the name of it, but you can still find it in her shop, and it's just all about being a crafter and a maker, and I was obsessed, so that's what I used as a background for my letter. Day 11 is one of my favorite pages. It is just a 6 by 8 paper from Allie's kit with the felt heart, and then here I did some tags showing what I love about my 2 favorite people. This one's for my sister, and this one's for my fiance. And so I just put a little list on the back of things I love about them. And then I try to do a little bit of gratitude journaling. So I just did some journaling about what I was grateful for this season. Handwritten, quick and easy this day. This pocket had also been made in my foundation pages. So this day took me like no time. Day 12 is something I do, I have done for the last 2 years, which is my favorite Christmas carols. So I put a 12. This transparency was also from Felicity Jane. The Fa La La was from Felicity Jane, and this is from Felicity Jane, and this is one of Allie's tiny word stickers. And then what I did was print out my favorite characters, printed out my favorite carols and put some of my favorite lyrics underneath each flap. And just so you have something interactive and to play with. On the back of this, I'll put this flat. On the back of this, I have a picture of a candle that was on my desk. And then I chose to end the album with this circle page. So this was from Allie's product play class. When you open it, it's a picture of an ornament on a tree and a letter to the Christmas star. I did a little bit of faith journaling this year because that's one of the things I want to explore is my faith. So there's a little bit of faith and about the real meaning of Christmas in here. And that's what this journaling is about. And I ended this volume on this page. This is a wreath I made. This is from Feed Your Craft. From the Brandy Kincaid Comfort and Joy kit, and that's how volume 1 worked up. So it's pretty full, if you can tell. It's pretty chunky. I'll show you again from the top. Uh-oh, something is escaping. It knows it's my first YouTube video and it's setting me up. So that's what it looks like from the top. And later today, I'll film volume 2 so you can see how the rest of my December worked out. Hope this wasn't terrible. Sorry for the shaky cam and the lighting. I'm still trying to figure this out, but at least we're doing it. See you around.